This stranger pulled a check for $10 million out of his pocket and suggested a game of mahjong. His opponent was so stunned that he suggested his girlfriend sit next to the stranger. Trying to impress, the man picked up the mahjong tiles and began spinning them in the air like a magician. Unexpectedly, the stranger also knew how to handle them, mesmerizing everyone with his magical technique. Stranger was playing in a frighteningly because he didn't even look at his tiles, just running his fingers over them. The girl sitting behind him couldn't see the tiles or what was depicted on them. When the man went to the restroom, his opponent hit the table, causing the stranger's dice to roll over. The girl wanted to call out the combination, but instead of symbols, she saw a curse. When Guy returned to the table, his opponent hit it again to make the dice fall back into place. The game continued and the stranger won, winning $12 million. His opponent was angry but kept his word and handed over the check, but he had a desire for revenge. He offered a rematch with a stake of $50 million. The stranger agreed, unaware that his opponent was planning to cheat. High technology was used, cameras and security guards, special glasses that allowed him to see his opponent's cards, and so on. On the appointed day, instead of stranger came his student. His task was to stall for time at any cost. He made symbolic bets of $1,000 and lost, asked for a cocktail and a massage. At some point, the opponent demanded that the farce stop and reminded him that if he continued to lose for another 20 minutes, he would automatically lose all his money. At that moment, the stranger appeared in the room, approached the table, but the referee stopped him. After the game has started, changing players is not allowed. Then the stranger suggested continuing the game tomorrow, but it turns out that leaving was also considered a defeat. Without arguing, the stranger backed down, allowing the student to continue. He sat down and started playing, not noticing that the cameras behind him were instantly filming all the cards. The opponent uses points and sees combinations, which allows him to win. Soon, the decisive game begins and the opponent goes all in, knowing that he has already won. When the student revealed his cards, it turned out that he did not have a king, but an ace of diamonds. It turns out that the guy realized he was being watched and deliberately showed only the corners of his cards to the camera, misleading his opponent. The student and the stranger took all the money, leaving their opponent without money.